Well, I'm back. Let's keep this short. My last one was long. Let's talk about the federal boys. Washington, D.C. is federal. Basically, martial law. It's whatever they want it to be. This is why they can't turn it into a state, because it's not a state, it's federal. Washington, D.C. So when the federal government goes out and buys a piece of property and builds a building on it, or just the property, that's federal. Okay? It's federal. So they build a federal building in a state, in a city, or out in the country. It doesn't matter. Then that's federal property. All right. The minute they walk off their federally owned property and walk off into the county or the state or wherever that happens to be in the street or whatever, now they're back into the state. You see, their jurisdiction is in the federal building. Their jurisdiction is in Washington, D.C. The minute they walk off those and out into the states, that's why it's called states' rights, not federal rights. See, Constitution doesn't call for federal rights. It does, but I mean, it's like, here's the Constitution. Right here. That's it. A little small, tiny little thing. That's it. So when they show up at your house, they are now, they're there. It's even worse because now they're on private property. Okay? It's not the state property. It's your property. All right? Call the sheriff. Tell the sheriff you got people out here with guns that are threatening you and bullying you and terrorizing you. Because that's what they're doing. You tell them to leave. They're not just going to pack up and leave because, they got to bully you first and threaten you and want to talk to you and all that stuff. And, I mean, that's your right whether you want to speak or not. And you don't have to. You have private property. They don't have a warrant. Even if they did have a warrant, that's probably bullshit. What I'm getting at here, and you're following me. They don't have any jurisdiction. And what I always love about the 10th Amendment was states' rights is people want to talk about states' rights. Great. Let's finish that. To the state, state or to the people. You're a people. Okay? Remember that. You're a people. You got, the rights of the state. See what I'm saying? Because you are the people. The state's longitude, latitude, and elevation. That's all the state is. It's the people that make the state. And you're the people. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. You could recall and send all these people back home. Governors, district attorneys, judges, you could recall them all. You have the power. See? They want you to think you're helpless and you don't have any power. See, the sheriff works for you. Sheriff is a constitutional guy. He can come out there and tell the federal boys, hey, get the hell out of my out of my county. He can come out there and say, get off these people's property, you're terrorizing them. He can come out there and say, you don't leave, I will arrest you. Of course, the federals say, oh, you can't do that because we're this, we're that. Well, wait a minute here. It's not called the United Federal States. It's called the United States for a reason. States. State rights. Not federal. Not federal rights. You understand where I'm going with this? This is why I keep saying they're all the bullshit they make up, all the bullshit laws, all the imaginary crap that they do and pull with you is just that. Everyone is to follow, states included, federal, everybody, God's moral laws. Okay? Now, if you went out and done something really stupid, yeah, I mean, come on. There's certain things you just can't do. Okay? Keep your damn hands to yourself. Don't take shit that's not yours. You know, I mean, come on. You know, don't harm other people. That's not what you do as a Christian. It's the opposite. You pray for these people. You know, if your enemy's hungry, you feed him. If your enemy needs medical care, you give it to him. If your enemy needs shelter, you give it to him. You're here as God's representative to say, and to do God's will, to say, I'm here to help. See what I'm saying? I'm here to pray for you. You understand? You don't harm them. You don't hurt them. You don't do anything of the sort. Because they're your brothers and sisters. God conquers the world with love and kindness and mercy and grace. Do you understand that? You can hate the sin, but love the sinner. If you have a battle with them, you're just creating bigger animosities. Just like I've said before. Look in the Middle East. These people have been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. You're not going to bring your quote bullshit democracy, which is that it's, you know, we live in a constitutional republic under God, formed by the people. You see what I'm saying? Government's way down here somewhere. Okay, it's not even like on the radar. God, the people, government. You understand that? See, somebody else has to think they can control someone else. That's not how it works. God owns us. He owns all of us. He created us. This is His creation. You are not greater than the Creator, okay? He's the master. He is in charge. We're all caretakers here. We're here to treat each other with respect and passion, and you know, with love and have compassion on people and such. You know, just because, you know, something bad happens to them, you shouldn't take great pride in that. You shouldn't go, that dumb bastard got hit by a car. Yeah, so it deserved. No. You should pray for them. You should pray that they heal up and God takes care of them, and hopefully it changes their heart. It changes their heart, changes them. That's your goal. As a Christian, that's your goal. You want to set an example that God told you to, it showed you. You understand, hopefully, what I'm saying. We're not here to fight with each other. Just the opposite. We're here to care for each other and love each other. Treat thy neighbor as thyself. Okay? Hopefully this makes sense to you. And that goes for everyone. And the whole world, not just here, not just the whole world. I don't care if you're Buddhist or whatever, you're following a Muslim, you're following the wrong. It's just not there. It's not, okay? So, like I said, I didn't want to make this long. I wanted to keep it short. The other one was way too long. So, like I've said, you keep praying for one another. Do what's right. Care for one each other. You know, That's why we're here. To glorify God. We are here to glorify God. Not a government, not a corporation, not yourself. See? We don't self-promote ourselves even. See? We're here for God and to do God's will. What type of Christian would you be if you didn't? You're not doing God's will. You're not doing what God's asking and told you to do. So keep praying for one another. Keep that love in your heart. See, it says in the latter days, men will become fierce and all hell's going to break loose. But you got to keep that love in your heart, that kindness in your heart. You got to forgive yourself. You got to forgive. You got to forgive, people. You don't hold it in. You got to forgive. Hold it in and make you bitter and all kind of mad and angry and you become the victim and a whole bunch of other stuff. So you got to forgive and give it to God. God, please take care of this for me. I'm weak. I'm incapable of dealing with this. You are, and that's what he wants. He wants you to come to him and say, listen, please, Lord. That's what he's there for. That's what he wants. He wants you to live by faith. So, folks, and I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for everybody, even the ones we don't like very well. You know, we want them to come around. I don't want to see anybody burn in hell. Like I said, there's only one way in. It's up to you where you go. Okay? It's up to you. You look in the mirror, and that person there and looking back at you in the mirror is the one that decides where you're going to probably end up in eternity. Because you can choose good, you can choose evil. You're a vessel. And you can choose. So, folks, choose wisely. Don't be a fool. One chance. You get one chance at this. You don't get reincarnated. You don't get all this other bullshit that people try to pawn off on you. So y'all take care now, okay? Like I said, I'm rooting for you. And everybody should be rooting for everyone. We shouldn't be sitting there, thinking, oh, yeah, this is somebody's easy. No. That's what the devil wants. The devil wants you to act like that. The devil wants you to have hate in your heart. The devil wants you to get revenge on people. No. God doesn't want that. Okay? So y'all take care.